Congratulations, you finally made it to 4 p.m. You know what that means. Happy hour. It's time to kick back, relax, and dive into the world of sports with the Young and Norvelle Show. Whether you're catching up on the latest scores, analyzing the big plays, or gearing up for tonight's games, we've got you covered. So grab a cold one, settle in, and let's talk sports. Here they are, Patrick Young and Terry Norvelle.
And, of course, it is a Thursday edition around our part, the Young and Norvelle Show. That means a Sliders Oyster Bar Thursday edition as we come to you from the patio at Sliders. Patrick Young joining, as you can see in the box there. And, Patrick, I kind of like the weather down here on the patio. A little overcast with a breeze, and it feels tropical and cool. You said you're driving through some rain. What's going on with you? Be careful, man.
Yeah, I'm sure the servers that are in and out and the hostess in the front, I'm sure they appreciate this weather much more than 90 plus. That's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. It's and it's breaking, like I said, and like I always say, man, when I get settled and home, I don't mind night rain, evening or night rain, man. I love it. I love it, man. And we'll get to the point, Patrick. We're not too far away, I don't think, where you have that night rain, and you can open the windows. Windows open, you can hear it a little bit. The breeze is coming through. That's good stuff, man.
Yeah,
that's
good nice
stuff. Hey, I want you to be real careful. We got a lot to talk about today. Florida State, Georgia Tech. I've got some more information on that. We want to kick around some college football theories. I want to throw out. We want to talk Florida, Miami a little bit from the Gator perspective. Man, there's some ugly numbers against Florida, particularly if they lose. We'll get into that sports history. I've got a sports dead or alive. I'm gonna put you and Zach Rothrock on the I'm gonna let y'all go at it here with a fun dead or alive we like to do occasionally. Patrick, no, I want you to be careful. I don't know if are you driving yourself right now?
Yeah.
All right. I don't know. I don't think we can do it.
I'm in traffic, so
I'm going to describe it, though. I want you to see, and Zach, I don't know if you can pop up, and I don't know if you can see my shirt, all of our viewers here. It's kind of a charcoal, almost black shirt.
What would Jefferson do?
Close. I was going to see if y'all could figure it out. Zach, any idea who WW? You got it, my man. Zach, did you figure out my shirt yet?
I believe that is Mr. Franklin, yeah?
You're damn right it is. That's my man now.
He can count my T's and tie his shoes.
Hey, this stands for what would Ben Franklin freaking do, okay? The smartest man in the history of the world. This is my man now. I'm a big Ben Franklin guy. I don't think Ben Franklin gets enough credit for what he did for this country. And smartest guy ever born right here. Albert Einstein, you're number 2. Ben's my man. Ben is my man. I just want to get that out. How about that shirt, huh? How about that shirt? Patrick's going with muscle shirt today.
You're very proud of it, so I'm glad you like it.
Okay, all right, I can feel that. I can feel that tinge of sarcasm in there. I can feel it.
No, there's no sarcasm there. I'm glad that you love it.
I could feel it. Hey, so Patrick, you're driving the ship tomorrow here. I'm taking off to hot Atlanta tomorrow late morning, and are you ready? Are you ready to for me to kick you out of the nest? You're hosting tomorrow.
Yeah, I got it, man. It's on the schedule. I'll be there early. Try and cut a commercial for the golf tournament, and I'm gonna have to do some research beforehand, of course.
Well, how about that?
I pinky promise I wasn't gonna use your website.
Yeah, don't go to my websites now. You got to stay off my stuff. Now, our baseball guy, Trenton Torsia, he's available. If you want to call him, I can hook you up. He'll come by. Brent Beard said he'd be happy to help out. So you got a lot of help. Obviously, Zach will be producing. And tomorrow you'll be in studio. We will not go to Bricks tomorrow. We won't go down because I'll be gone. Don't want to put a setup for everybody down at Bricks. So you'll be in studio. It'll still be a Bricks Friday edition. But Patrick, if you need these guys, just let them know. Just let them know. And what do you got lined up? Just tease us a little bit for what you got tomorrow on the show.
On the first hour, around 4:30, we're going to hear from the current SID, that's Sports Information Director of the Florida Gators. That is Denver Parler. Okay. I'm sure he has plenty of stories to tell. We can talk a little bit about basketball, talk a little bit about his experiences with Mike White, Todd Golden, and Billy Donovan. Yeah. How he got the job, what he does, why that position is so important. And then in the second hour from 5:30 to close, we're going to have Ahmad Black, former All-American football player.
Boy, lost Patrick there with a signal issue. There you go. You're back. Go ahead, Ahmad Black. Boy, he was for a guy not physically a physical freak of nature. Boy, he played well, didn't he? For his size, he really was a good player. We may have lost Pat's audio there. Pat, we may have lost your audio there as we took a hit there. Might have been the hit knocked the audio off. But so Pat will talk a little Gator basketball tomorrow. A little Gator football. Ahmad Black and a lot of Gator basketball talk with that schedule coming out. A lot of fun with the schedule. Okay, yeah. So we're talking Ahmad Black wasn't the biggest guy, but I mean he played big time football at Florida. He was a good player.
He's a really good player. Yeah, part of the. I think as a freshman, he was a part of that championship, one of those championship teams. So that was and now he's coaching. And
nice.
Really interesting, Terry. He at the high school he coaches at now, he had Cormani McClain as one of his players.
Oh boy!
And he told me, he said, Pat, this dude has all the talent in the world, but he just get the other side of things yet. Being on time, he just thinks it's talent, and that's exactly why the things happen over there in Colorado with Dion.
Yeah.
Like this was the one time that you said, this is not Dion doing a Dion thing. This is Dion addressing and being real about a kid not understanding what it means to be a pro quite yet. So I'm hoping that at Florida that he's going to be able to flip the script there and be on time and show up, effort, all that stuff. Because when you're that good, 5-star, you're not running into problems often. But when you get on the college level, you're going to run into a lot of things that are going to try and expose your lack of preparation.
And he's got a few more years, but his clock's ticking a little bit, man. He's been out of high school now 2 going on 3 years. He hasn't done really diddly squat on a field. He hasn't played He played a little bit, a few snaps for Colorado, but I don't think anything significant. So his last big time playing football was in high school. He's going to look up and be, 21, 22 years old and really have nothing going. This is a tough, this is a big next year or two for him. Don't you think? Big time for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why it is great for these guys to be able to get some money, because at least they'll be able, if it doesn't work out on the next level, at least they'll still be able to have some money, hopefully from college, that can help them transition into regular life.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, the big game we want to talk about, a couple of things. It's ironic. I didn't even really think about this until earlier in the week. I'll jump on a plane tomorrow to go to Atlanta. I'm visiting some friends and a quick little weekend kind of vacation. We're going to see a Braves game Saturday night. Going to watch the FSU Georgia Tech game Saturday afternoon. I didn't realize I'll probably be on a plane with a couple of Jaguar fans. The Jaguars play in Atlanta tomorrow night.
That's right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I didn't put two and two together. Yeah, their third preseason game is in Atlanta. I don't think a lot of fans would jump on a plane to go see a preseason game, but I didn't think about that. I'm going up to Atlanta, and the Jaguars will be there tomorrow night with the Falcons.
Hey, this is gonna be the one chance that you'll get Chick-fil-A in that stadium, because they do not open in the stadium on a Sunday. So
a good point.
There you go, Terry. Make sure you get some Chick-fil-A in the stadium on Saturday.
Good point. Okay, I want to throw this out too. We've got a new sponsor that is going to be involved with our show during football season. And if you're a Gator football fan, listen up. Patrick, I'm dropping this on you, but we now are friends at Proctor Ace Hardware, okay? 3 locations. Proctor Ace Hardware has been around in our community for a long time. There are 3 locations. There's a Proctor Ace Hardware in Ponte Vedra. There's a Proctor Ace Hardware, the one I go to in Neptune Beach. I go all the time to the one in Neptune Beach. And then there's a Proctor Ace Hardware in Jacksonville on University Boulevard. They are giving us 2 tickets to every Florida Gator home football game this year to give away. How cool is that? And Patrick, that includes next week. Do you want to go to the Miami game? Do you want to have a chance to win 2? How about here, off the top of my head, Patrick, 7 home games. So we'll have 7 sets of tickets to give away during those weeks. Florida plays at home this year Miami. They play Samford and UCF. They also play Texas A&M at home. They also play Kentucky at home. They also play LSU at home, and they also play Ole Miss at home. Holy cow. And we're going to give away 2 pair of tickets to all 7 home games during the week of the game. Pat, that doesn't stink. That's better than a sharp stick in the eye. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. How soon, should we announce the winner on Thursday?
And I don't know how we're doing it yet. Yeah, I was thinking Thursday, and we're trying to logistically figure out, but we're going to start somehow Monday or Tuesday because Miami week is next week. Can you imagine you walk into 2 free Miami, Florida football tickets? And I guarantee you these are good seats now. Joe Proctor and the boys, they're not giving away seats, sitting on top of the O-Dome looking in with the binoculars. I promise you that.
Don't those seats scare me, Terry, anyways. Oh, when you're all the way at the top, they just make me feel uneasy about being so high up.
Yeah. And some stadiums, the pitch, I guess is the right phrase, the pitch or the angle of some stadiums, you feel like if you stumble, you're just going to fall right down the whole damn thing.
Right down. I know, right?
I don't know if you've ever, I'm not burying our downtown arena here, ViStar. I don't know if you've ever
got a fresh haircut.
Yeah, I had to freshen up a little bit, man. Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna jump in and say at Williams-Brice Stadium, the Gamecocks. Yeah, they say if it ain't swaying, they ain't playing. At the very top, yeah, it moves. It moves. It is unsettling a little bit, but yeah.
I'll tell you, those buzzard fans, they're crazy, aren't they? That's the name of those in South Carolina. They're the buzzards, Patrick.
Oh yeah.
I've been telling Zach that for years. No Gamecock. They're buzzards.
Not in women's basketball. That's for sure.
That's right. They're just champions. That is correct.
But we're talking with Proctor Ace Hardware about how we're going to give them away. So Gator Nation, man, every week, 7 different weeks during football season, we're going to open it up during the game week. I don't know how we're going to do trivia. We're kicking it around, but some lucky winner every 7 weeks of Gator home game is going to walk out with 2 free tickets. That does not stink, Patrick Young. Does not. I'm ready for some college football.
I like the idea. Maybe, we with our other partners, they can let, we can do a wrap, people put their names in, and as well as people that message in on the chat, and then we draw, because I guess some of those people in person, they can put their name in the hat and possibly get a chance for a drawing on a Thursday.
Man, Patrick, I think that's a great idea. You should put that whole thing together. I think you should just put that whole thing together.
Need to know how to.
We'll figure it out.
Just get all the people in the place to know when we're on site.
We may do trivia. I don't know. We may do trivia. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Winners go in. We draw. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But we're going to have Gator tickets to give away. We'll get to Florida State, Georgia Tech, of course. But man, Patrick, from the Gator perspective, and we can dive in this next week. This is my last show until Monday. It'll be Miami week. From the Gator perspective, a couple things, and we know it, Patrick, but I think we kind of forgot it. You realize Florida's on a 5-game losing streak right now?
Oh,
you realize that? Gator football is on a 5-game lose. If they lose to Miami, that'll be 6 now over 2 seasons. Patrick, that'll be a 6-game losing streak. Gator football hasn't had a lot of 6-game losing streaks historically. And let me give you one more little nugget. Patrick, do you realize that Florida's last football game, they've lost 5 in a row. Their 5th in a row, they lost
Florida State.
Their last time out in the swamp against Florida State. If they lose to Miami next Saturday, they will have a 6-game losing streak and will have lost to their 2 bitter in-state rivals back-to-back at home. Ooh, Patrick. Back-to-back at home. And a 6-game losing streak.
When's the last time Florida has played? It's been a while since Florida's played Miami anyway.
Well, they played that filthy game in Orlando. I went to it. It was 4 or 5 years ago. I don't know if you remember. It was a 3:30 neutral site game. Felipe Franks was still the quarterback.
Oh, wow.
Some guy, Jaron Williams played. Two bad teams. And, buddy, Florida won the game. It was ugly. We may get into that next week. The last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter, Patrick, I swear I think there were 4 turnovers in the last 5 minutes. It was an ugly, ugly football game. Two average teams in a pillow fight. In a
And that's what when you have college sports, that's what you sign up for.
Yeah,
not all gonna be pretty ones to watch.
It was, and gosh darn, I'm trying to think. I'm drawing a blank here. Was that Dan Mullen? It was definitely Dan Mullen. Manny Diaz, Dan Mullen, maybe going.
Oh yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Oh my!
Hey, good for Manny Diaz that he's still doing the thing.
Yeah, it's his last crack.
I don't think he's gonna be very. Yeah, I know, right?
His last crack. He's got to win. He's got to be. Meaning, if he gets blown out here, his head coaching days are over, right? Unless he goes low division, right?
Yeah.
For Manny
But
Diaz.
nowadays, you know what's such a blessing for these guys? They make enough money that if they, end up quitting or getting out, it's not the end of the world.
Want to get into Florida State, Georgia Tech, of course. My last day before the game. I think Florida State will win the ball game. I do think it's an entertaining game. It's a watchable game, at least through the first half, going into the third quarter. I think Georgia Tech's going to represent well. They've got a little tough mentality. They won a bunch of games. They were better than they were supposed to be last year. And, they haven't turned the roster around, I don't think, all the way, but they've got some players. They've got a mindset. That Brent Key is an aggressive coach. Chris Winke's on the staff, very involved with Georgia Tech. So we'll get into that. On the other side, though, I want to throw out a little theory of college football, where I think it might need to go, where it's at right now. We've got the chat line open. We got a couple of people saying hi, including Sergeant Rourke checks in. Gabby, we had on the show a couple months ago. She's now playing soccer at Kentucky. The Kentucky women's team, it looks like they have a game tonight on the SEC network. Good luck to Gabby and the Wildcats. Not sure who they're playing, unless it's the Gators. And then, well, Gabby, I hope y'all get beat 52-0, actually. The truth. Anyway, sports is here. College athletics is here. We think we always, obviously, this time of year think college football, but boy, they all start. The fall sports are up and running. We mentioned the other day about how soccer starts their seasons across the country before they go to school. A lot of times, the classes haven't even started, and they're playing games that matter. FSU Georgia Tech talk on the other side. It is, of course, a Thursday edition. That means I am set up with the headquarters of the show. The mobile studio is set up, of course, at Sliders Oyster Bar in Neptune Beach. Plenty more. We go until 6. Come by, say hi, people.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice 3-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming, from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2. See that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device. You're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 1432579.
Okay, file this under timely announcements. Welcome back to a Thursday edition. Terry Norvelle sitting right here on the patio. Our Thursday host, our Thursday home, of course, every Thursday is Sliders Oyster Bar. We're down in Neptune Beach. They've got all the seafood you can want, fried favorites, safe harbor platters. If you are looking for fritters, calamari, clam strips, on and on and on. Of course, oysters, crab cakes, everything. Fresh catch of the day, shrimp and grits. They've got it all prepared to your liking from the dock to your plate. And I'm telling you, the dock at Safe Harbor is right there. The seafood comes right here, fresh as can be. Now, we had Patrick on a moment ago. He's driving. He'll rejoin us in a second. We got talking about one of the neat promotions we're going to have all football season long with Proctor Ace Hardware. And if you're a Gator fan, boy, this goes perfect. We talked about it. Proctor Ace Hardware, and we'll announce how we're going to do the giveaways. They are giving us 2 Gator football home tickets per home game. There are 7 home games, and it's a hellacious schedule, a great schedule, including Miami next Saturday. But they are giving us 2 for each 7 home games. So each home Gator game week, we will have a contest and give those away. We'll try and give them away Thursday afternoon and give you some time. So with that said, and it's a great schedule, this released out of the University of Florida Communications Department football office moments ago, sold out. The Florida Gators will kick off the 2024 season in front of a sold-out Ben Hill Griffin Stadium against number 19 Miami on August 31st. The Gators ticket office announced Thursday, kickoff 7:30 on ABC. In addition, season tickets have also been sold out, making the most season tickets sold since 2017. So we're going to have 2 for each home game on the show during Gator home game weeks. Follow us all week. Thank you, Proctor Ace Hardware, 3 locations in our area. That is great. That is great. Secondarily, this has been a bad run for Gator football. Nobody's going to argue that. They were a losing season, 5 losses in a row coming into this year. They're on a 5-game losing streak, gone through some coaches, had turmoil, had losing seasons. The most tickets since 2017. That's impressive. That's impressive. And it's not, well, there's a new coach and new excitement. No, Billy Napier's in his 3rd year, and he has suffered a lot of bad PR. People have gotten on Billy Napier, and rightfully so. He has struggled. But Gator Nation, man, that's one of the reasons these big football power schools are coveted. I mean, that is impressive. That is impressive to sell that many tickets in this. I mean, if you have got those numbers in your Georgia winning national titles the last 5 or 6 years, Alabama, Oregon on the upswing, Ohio State, schools like that on the upswing, you can understand that. But, yeah, impressive. Impressive, no doubt. So we'll keep you posted starting Monday. We'll start figuring out how we're going to give away Miami tickets. Florida Miami tickets will be given away on our show, and we'll announce a winner on Thursday. Again, I want to go through the schedule off the top of my head. 7 home games in Gainesville. We're giving away 2 tickets to each game. They play Miami Hurricanes at home. That's one of the giveaways. Texas A&M at home. Kentucky at home. How about LSU at home? How about Ole Miss at home? I mean, this is a big-time home schedule. Can't buy them. You better find a way to get them, and we have those. Have that way for you. A little bit later, we're going to get to some sports history, including a wild video clip we've pulled that's pertinent to this date in sports history. Crazy stuff going on in way back in the 60s. We'll talk about that. We've got a Dead or Alive, and want to get in. We're going to wait. I think Patrick's getting ready to get back on the show. Florida State, Georgia Tech, they're both over in Dublin, obviously closing in. Patrick, we found out, I don't know if we were talking before the show or during the show, the 2 teams traveled yesterday. Surprised you and me. I thought they would go out on Tuesday. They both went out on Wednesday. They've arrived in Dublin, but that surprised me a little bit. Not a big deal, but just surprised me. I thought they'd go a day earlier.
Yeah, I thought they'd want to get another day of full practice, and because that's just being on the cautious side. But they felt comfortable enough. Maybe they know a lot more about the travel and their logistics than we do, so both teams felt comfortable doing that. Yeah, you would think like maybe one team would do something different, but no, they both taking the same approach.
I trying to wave down my server here. Patrick, I've got some kind of logistics stuff. Yeah, I'm going to give you something here.
Get some water, Terry. Get some water.
I've had enough water. You worry about – hey, you do you. Okay, Pat? Let's do this. You do you. I'll do me, okay? All right, Pat?
What did Dr. Bates say yesterday?
Pat, let me tell you something. Right now, you're up in this space, okay? I'm going to need to bring you down to this space, okay? It's going to be better for all of us, okay?
What did Dr. Bates say? I'm just curious about your dehydration at night thing. And you drinking all this water at night.
Hey, what do doctors know? Come on. Are you going to listen to doctors? You listen to doctors, don't you?
Yeah, I typically try to.
Yeah, he talked about it. He was proud of me for all the water I drink at night, but I get so watered out, Patrick. I get so watered out. All right, hang tight. Don't interrupt me. Let's get into FSU Georgia Tech. And this is not necessarily on the field stuff, but a little bit of logistic stuff as they got over there. Number one, it is a Georgia Tech home game. Whatever that means, I guess they'll wear their dark jerseys if they want, their colored jerseys if they want. So it's a Georgia Tech game. Patrick, they traveled on Wednesday. There is a major sponsor. It's a foreign airline, and that makes a lot of sense. Aer Lingus, I think it's pronounced. It's a foreign airline. You'll see it all over on Saturday, and it makes sense. They're going to get a lot of advertising, and there are a lot of people from the States that vacation in Europe. Well, this airline is going to want you to take their airline, so it makes sense. They're paying a lot of the bills, obviously. So it's a foreign airline. Patrick, Renegade and Chief Osceola, and also the Georgia Tech 1930 Model A Ford Sport Coupe, neither will be there. They did not make the trip. It was just legit. 2 things. The big truck, I guess, logistically would have been a hassle. They could have done it. Yeah. But Osceola and Renegade, here's the deal. They did not go because if they went over there, when they came back, they would be quarantined by law right now with our country coming back in. They would have to be quarantined the horse, and they would miss the next game no matter what because of the days of quarantine. So it makes sense, I guess. I guess it makes sense. Livestock, I guess.
I didn't know people were getting quarantined again.
Well, it may be livestock, but they definitely said the horse would not be able to perform if it came back into the country from abroad because of a quarantine. They would not perform on the Boston College. I think it's their next game. It's like a 10-day quarantine. So how about that, Patrick?
Wow.
Neither one of the big mascots. By the way, I've always liked the Georgia Tech little Ramblin' Wreck little truck that runs out there, leads them on the field. You've seen that.
I'm sure I have.
The cheerleaders are on the side.
It's probably been a long time since I watched the Georgia Tech game.
Yeah, but, the cheerleaders are on the side on the running boards, and they come out of their end zone, and they lead the team. It's a nice little thing as well, but neither one of the mascots, the Model A Ford or Renegade and Osceola, will be there. Kind of a bummer, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I think so, to the point of them kicking off the season You want to see those traditions, of course, but I understand, with the limitations with bringing a horse overseas, guys, that probably had
They
to be so expensive to even consider doing that.
yeah, reading
Bring a
some
horse
stuff,
overseas
about the two
and that
programs,
big old truck. Yeah,
and particularly Florida State's program. Their logistics guy is kind of new to the job, but he has a bunch of NFL experience. So he leaned on Navy, Notre Dame, and the NFL because Navy and Notre Dame have played in this game before recently. So he leaned on those guys for advice how to travel over into Dublin. And they said he and his people have made multiple trips. They wanted to learn the language. They had to really go over there and test
wow.
food. They did take both programs took a lot of their own food, a bunch of snacks, a bunch of condiments. Things are different. Things are different over there. So it's a big undertaking. Patrick, do you realize this will be the maiden voyage, I think, right, of the helmet communication, right, in college football? That'll be kind of the first game with the helmet.
Right. Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
So I don't
First
know.
one.
Hopefully
You're
that all goes
absolutely right.
smooth. Hopefully that all goes smooth. But it's interesting. It's a big undertaking for both of these programs. I guess it's worth it. I just don't know what the big win is for college football. I think the NFL benefits every.
Right.
I keep
Yeah.
saying it.
Is there
Every
an
time,
overarching? Yeah.
Yeah. Who knows? The NFL may have put this together, but I still think the NFL thinks there is great value every time American football takes a snap abroad out of the mainland United States. Just show that game off a little more. Wouldn't surprise me if they're in the back. Patrick, we never did this, and we don't have Brent Beard, but we kind of. Do you feel like Florida State, and Georgia? Let's go ahead just for the heck of it. I don't care if we write it down or not. Me and you, our thought, what we think Florida State, and Georgia's regular season record will be after 12 games. You want me to go? You want to go? You want to give it some thought? I'll go first.
12. I think
12-game regular season for all of them.
I think Florida State will be a 2-loss team.
So 10-2.
Florida State will be 10-2.
Okay.
Yeah, I think they're gonna lose 2 games. I think Georgia's gonna be 12-0. If anything, 11-1, but I'm more so on the 12-0 side. And then I think Florida is going to be,
Yeah. 12 games.
6-6.
Ooh. I don't think he makes it. If that prediction comes true, they're looking for another football coach, I think, at the end of the year. Ooh. All right, but if you're honest, that's your honest answer. So you like Florida State?
I'm having some feeling about.
Yeah, 10-2. Florida 6-6. Georgia 12.
My heart, I want Florida to go 8-4. I want them to go 8-4, but I don't. Yeah, that's a tall task, man.
I'm leaning FSU 9-3, 9-3ish. Your 10-2 though could be. They've got a manageable schedule. Their schedule's nice. There are a lot of wins there. I think Florida's a little better than the national guys think. A lot of the national guys are 5-4, 5-6, 4, 5, 6. I think Florida's a little better. I'm looking at 8-4 for the Gators. Now, that almost has to be a win over Miami. I mean, I don't think they can see 8-4 losing their first game of the year. I just don't. It almost. And I've got Georgia 11-1. Somebody will get them. Their schedule heats up a little bit, but I don't think it matters a bit. Georgia 11-1 is deep in the playoffs, and they're going to be one of the 2 or 3 favorites to win the damn thing. But somebody will get Georgia this year, be it Texas, be it Alabama, be it Tennessee gets pumped up, be it Kentucky plays out of their mind one day, and it might just be the Georgia game. They've given Georgia hell a few times fairly recently. And I think they do play Kentucky. You got to remember these divisions are gone, But Georgia at 11-1. Georgia with Georgia's schedule, it's the best schedule they've played in 3 or 4 years. Georgia could go 10-2, 11-1, or 12-0, and they're in the playoff. I think they're in the playoff. I think Georgia is. I don't know if I like your facial expression. I think you're doubting my picks here. I don't know if I like this. I don't like that facial expression you're giving me right now, Patrick.
Just Florida 8-4, man.
Yeah.
No, you're right about Georgia. I just Florida 8-4.
Yeah.
We would all love that. Absolutely.
You know,
you see that back half of the schedule, man. You're just like, golly, man.
Yeah. It's rough. It's rough. The problem
it's
with
a win
your
over
pick,
LSU, which I really hope. Hey, go ahead.
I was going to say, the problem with not your pick in particular, but if Florida goes 6-6, you don't want them to go 6-6. Year 3 of Billy Napier, I've said you want them to go 8-4, 9-3, or you want them to go 3-9 and 6-6. Half the Gator Nation is going to say, keep him. He just put it together. Give him your 4. He's close. And then half of them is going to say, fire him. If he goes 8-4, 9-3 or higher, you keep him. If he bombs, you bomb. I don't want that middle ground. Make sense?
It really matters how the games are won and lost.
I guess you can make that point. Zach, what do you got?
Just to give
being at 6-6.
Yeah, just to give insight of what I see like from Vegas win total. So for FSU and Miami, they both are at 9.5 wins. For Florida, they have their total at 4.5 wins.
Wow.
Which, I mean, definitely, if you look at the strength of schedule, Florida's is definitely brutal. I mean, potentially the hardest schedule in the entire country. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what the general perception
let me
is.
cut you off. Let me cut you off there, and we'll go to break. But you said, here's how wow that is with Vegas having Florida. What'd you say, 4.5? Is there
4.5 wins for the whole season?
So get this guy. Get this, guys.
Patrick was only over.
Even if that group that did that in Vegas, even if, guys, they missed by 2 games, they would have Florida winning 6.
Yeah.
Not 10. I mean, wow, that's hard to believe, right? If they missed by 2 on the Florida good side, they would be 6 wins-ish. Oh, man, if they're right. Woo. All right, fellas, let's take a quick break here. We'll come back, keep talking Florida State, Georgia Tech. If you've got thoughts on that big ball game, closing in now, about 2 days away from that bad boy. College football, I've got a thought on where it might go. And I wonder if players signing with schools may be gone one day. We'll talk about that and a whole lot more. That guy right there, Patrick Young, is hanging out. I'm Terry Norvelle. It is the Young and Norvelle Show, of course, on a Thursday from Sliders Oyster Bar.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey, Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained, and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
When your name is Sliders Oyster Bar, well, you better deliver seafood, the best seafood, the freshest seafood. Check, check, and check. They do that all here. You better have a big-time oyster bar because your name is Sliders Oyster Bar. How about some of the stuff you'll get right off that bar? Of course, oysters, peel and eat Mayport shrimp, steamed clams, oysters Rockefeller, oysters Casino, the Godzilla oysters. They go and go and go. The best seafood, the freshest seafood from the dock to your plate can be found right here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Terry Norvelle coming to you from the patio here. Kind of like the temperature right now. It's kind of a little overcast, good breeze going on here, and kind of relaxed. You can kind of feel the weekend. Florida State, Georgia Tech kick it off at high noon. In case you didn't know that, I don't know if a lot of people know. Yeah, they kick at noon. It's a 5 o'clock kick over in Dublin, but noon here, which is really cool. I mean, we're not having to wait all night, and we get to see that ball game. We'll catch up with Pat here in a moment. I want to throw a thought out on college football. I wonder if college football is professional football now. And it's never going back. It's professional football. You can call it college, and if you assume that college means amateur, Patrick, college football is professional football. It's just the level below the NFL. With that said, I think the powers that be that run college football, they need to flex their muscle a little bit. I think the NFL needs college football, and the player in college needs college football, because the big thing that the college football world can flex, Patrick, they are the audition stage. If there's no college football, there is no audition stage. It is vital for the NFL to have an audition stage, and it's vital for the player to have that stage.
Full of 19. We'd have 19 and 20-year-olds in the NFL.
Audio. Because I wanted to hear what you had to say there about. There you go. Oh, you did. I didn't. Zach says he can hear you. I cannot. But yeah, I wonder if there's a day down the road that college football drafts players, not has players signed, drafts them. You draft them, you have them signed to a contract. They have to play by your rules, by the way. They want to play in your world. If I was college football, I would start flexing my muscle. And why would you not have a draft and you say, you have to play by our rules, including if you want to play. One of the most valuable things for a college football player is showing what they do on a football field. And if I'm college football, I say that's priceless. The NFL guys, they need college football. Patrick, I know it sounds crazy, but think about the control you could have. You wouldn't have guys bouncing around and portaling around. They would sign with you, would draft them just like it's pro football, not they sign with you. And then you have your structure and say, hey, you need to keep your grade up. If we say you have to be student as part of this, hey, you start slipping, they have to play by your rules, Patrick. I know you got a crazy look on your face. Wait, what are your thoughts on that?
I'm trying to. Can you hear me now?
Again, Zach, I don't know if you can hit a button,
Terry,
so we can hear Pat.
Well,
unless I'm the only one not hearing Pat. Zach, while you're working on that, I don't know if you can do two things at one time, but I know that sounds crazy. But in essence, college football would stay around. The universities would say, absolutely, we want. Keep in mind, the universities at the high level, they fund every other sport. They love college football and all the money it brings in. But I could see a day when the way rosters are structured or put together changes. Not the player picks the school that he wants to sign. I could easily see the colleges drafting players. And then you come in under the rules. And if you want to play college football, if you want to get paid and play college football, you're coming into our private club. You need us. That way college football can say, hey, you come in, we draft you, we have your rights. You sign a contract just like it. The biggest problem we have now is all this is new, and we still think there's this line between the NFL, the pro boys, and the sweet and innocent amateur and win one for the Gipper and school. Those days are gone. It's hard to think. All you need to look at college football now is it's the lower level of the NFL. It really, really is. Let me check what we're doing here with audio. I hate to have bad. I hear you now. I heard somebody. There we go.
I just think you open up the door for kids saying, I don't care that they drafted me. I'm not going there.
Well, then they're not showing off their wares on the audition stage to the NFL. They need college football.
We need I think you're a step ahead of the game.
Maybe.
I think there will be, when the university and the athlete coming to an agreement for a contract to be employed. I don't think the draft, if we were to get to that point, because no student athlete, when we have this free autonomy where you can choose where you want to go, if a school recruits you and wants you to go there, to go back to say, all right, we're getting rid of that, and now there is no free agency in terms of you choosing where you go.
Well, no,
I just see there being such a pushback.
Well, they could, the structure, be it the NCAA or whoever, could say, you get drafted if you want to play. Keep in mind, you're coming into our club, and it's our private club, and you're going to play by our rules. They could say, you get drafted, your initial contract, just like in the NFL, is 2 years. You can re-sign, you can shop yourself, but I could easily see that happening. I really, really could. Ask yourself this, Patrick. Hold on. Ask yourself.
Stuck in a place you don't want to be for 2 years. Gosh.
Hold on. It happens in the NFL. Why would the NFL not do the way college? Why wouldn't the NFL let players sign with whatever team they want? Well, because that's not the way to do it. The NFL says, no, that would be, we want more control over our product, right? And the NFL says you come in.
They want more fairness. They want to make it, keep the playing more fair. And that's what they do.
So do colleges. The colleges want it to be fair. If this way is so crazy, I don't know. I could see it happening. I could easily see it happening. Easily. You got to get out of that mindset. Oh, sweet, win one for the Gipper. College, good guys going to college. Yay, yay, yay. It's pro sports. It's not, the level of play is not at the NFL. The NFL needs college football. Would you agree with that?
Oh, yeah, of course.
And the college athlete needs
the college athlete needs the NFL more.
Well, they need, but until they go on that, until that high school guy goes on to that college audition stage, which I called it, they then turn the NFL's head. or not, right? The NFL doesn't have a book. The NFL did not have a book on Tim Tebow at Nice High School. They didn't know. They didn't have a book on that guy. Didn't want to. They got their hands full scouting all over football in the country. Tim Tebow needed the audition stage that's called college football to expose himself. There's value in that, man. I think college football has dropped the ball on that and not valued that enough. Man, we are the audition stage. If this is Hollywood, you're the audition stage in front of all the Hollywood producers and all the movie houses, right? I got you thinking.
There'd be a lot. There'd be so many more eyes on high school football. Then that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Interesting. I could see the day, though. I could see the day where college.
How many teams
draft
draft?
Players? I don't know. I mean, it all worked out. I mean, the NFL, follow the NFL model. I keep going to that. Follow the NFL model. They know what the hell they're doing, Patrick. They know what the hell they're doing. I like the fact that you've got that thinking face on. You're thinking. I love getting this guy thinking. Yeah, get that master's degree out. Get that master's degree out, Patrick. Look at you. I can see. Can't you, Zach? Can you see it? Can you see the wheels turning in his head? Love it. I love it. See that, Zach?
Yeah, I can see that there's pondering happening. Like there's a thinking cap on. There's things coming in the second hour that people are going to want to tune in for. You know.
Yeah, definitely. I've got a Sports Dead or Alive. I don't know when you two want to go head to head, knock heads here.
Why not do it right now? Looks like a good time.
Zach, I think you just got called out, Zach.
I mean, why not?
Zach,
who's
you ready?
Alive, who's dead? Yeah, sure.
All right, we'll play a Sports Dead or Alive right now on a Thursday, my last day until Monday, taking tomorrow off. All right, for people new to the show, don't know how we do this, I will throw out a backstory of a sports athlete. I will give you some of that athlete, male or female, different sports. I will give you the backstory on this athlete, and at the end, I will then say the name of the athlete. You're not naming the athlete when you play Sports Dead or Alive, but Zach and Patrick will have to, within 2 seconds each, give the answer. Is said athlete dead or alive? And we can see them both, so we say 2 seconds, 3 seconds, because we don't want you Googling it. That's the key, okay? So let's toss a coin up in the air. Patrick, I'll give you the call for first or second. Heads or tails?
Tails.
Tails it is. You want to go first or second?
First.
Oh, ready? All right, Patrick, when I tell you, you got to answer quick, and then we go straight to Zach. Okay.
I know I've played.
Okay. Oh my.
There we go.
Oh, my. Here we go. Get a little surly here. Maybe get a little surly here on a Thursday on the show here. All right, this is a former star football player. This particular player, to his credit, has a college football national championship to his credit. This particular player, Patrick Young, because I'm going to you first, also has a Super Bowl ring to his credit. So he's won a national championship in college football. He won a world championship in the NFL. This particular player, as a matter of fact, was a Super Bowl MVP. This particular football player was also an NFL most valuable player for the season. Okay, so a big-time player. This big-time guy, obviously in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. This player went on to have a second broadcasting career. This particular player had a cool nickname. Patrick Young, I throw it to you first. I need answer dead or alive rather quickly. I give you the Snake, Ken Stabler, dead or alive. Ken Stabler, dead or alive. Most known for his days with the Oakland Raiders.
Gonna go with dead.
Patrick Young has killed off dead. Ken Stabler, he has killed him off. Zach Rothrock, you heard the clues. You know the Snake, Ken Stabler. Alabama Star. Alabama Star.
He's a lefty, yeah. Am I wrong about that?
Lefty for the Oakland Raiders.
Yeah.
Was his, played for four. Hold on, Zach. Played for 3 or 4 NFL teams. His career, he was a Raider. That was his.
Yeah, most of the Raiders.
That was his
Steelers
big,
in the
big
playoffs
time.
Is what I know him from. I'm gonna say he's alive. Why not? Let's go. Let's go opposite.
Zach, so we've got a dead for Patrick and an alive for Zach Rothrock. Let me tell you guys. Zach Rothrock, You're wrong.
man.
Patrick Young goes into the weekend, and I call Thursday the weekend. Patrick Young, you are a winner, my man. The Snake died in 2015, 69 years old, and he passed away. He also worked. He played under Bear Bryant. He worked on the Alabama radio network for a long time. He was a color guy. But Patrick, congratulations. The rest of the day, Patrick, you call yourself a winner, okay? You're a winner. Zach, the rest of the day, when you go home, you walk in that door and tell your wife, honey, you're right, I'm a loser.
Yeah, I mean, I've been a Gamecock my whole life. I'm used to this.
You guys remember the Snake, right? Ken Stabler? One of the
no.
Literally,
you don't remember the lefty, number 12, Raiders?
When I was playing like football, like in the gym in high school, and I was left-handed, the coach told me that I looked like Ken Stabler, and I was like, "Who even is that?" Just because I was left-handed, and I was like, oh, "Okay, like whatever."
You're a lefty?
Oh yeah, the hefty lefty.
Patrick,
that used to be me.
Patrick, Zach doesn't look like a lefty, does he? I don't know what that means. But
if you saw my handwriting, you would know that I'm a lefty.
You know what I mean? I'll tell you one thing. Here's how we can tell.
No.
Patrick, here's how we can tell. Zach, in the control room right now, within reach, is there a baseball cap anywhere? Baseball cap.
There are a few. I don't know that I particularly want to put them on my head. They look a little unhinged.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You can always tell lefty when they put a hat on, a baseball hat. Lefties never have a straight-on hat. It's always cocked to the side. They always anybody that knows anything about left-handed pitchers.
I'm gonna consciously put on every hat as straight as I can just to debunk this theory.
Patrick, lefties can never put a baseball hat on straight. They can't do it. They never do it. Ask it. Somebody will corroborate on our chat.
What type of urban myth is this?
Every left-handed baseball pitcher, I guarantee you, it's a little bit off because lefties are off. They're off.
All right. They're
wrong.
They are.
Wrong.
They are wrong.
Yeah. All right.
Nice job, guys.
You don't play golf, do you? You play golf, Zach?
Yeah, I go right-handed. When I hit a baseball, I was a right-handed batter too. Oh yeah,
so
I'll do a little more cooking.
Zach, say that again. You're left-handed only on a couple things.
Well, yeah, like I throw in our right. Everything. I throw in our right left-handed, yeah, but like when I do the golfing, or I do right-handed. Even like tennis, I do right-handed.
Yeah, I'm a left-handed batter, and that's the only thing I do left-handed. I don't know why. I hit a baseball left-handed. Couldn't hit it. Yeah. Couldn't touch a ball in the right. I don't know why. I swing a golf club from the right side, and it feels perfect. Down low, it feels perfect. Up high.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but that's the only thing I do left-handed. Pat, you're straight, lefty, righty, righty.
Right-handed.
You're right-handed. Everything.
Yeah.
Everything. I got you.
Everything.
All right, we got some sports history to get to on the other side. Major League Baseball, boy, the Braves lose last night. They won the first game against the Phillies. They've lost the second game. Boy, they got to go on a streak here and knock the Phillies off if they have a chance. They're 7 games back. I'm tracking Jack Caglione.
Oh, you're going to see the Phillies play. That's pretty nice.
No, I missed them, Patrick. Son of a gun.
Oh, man.
I missed them. They're Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I go Friday, and we watch Saturday. Yeah, we catch the Nationals. I don't think they're great, but I want to see the ballpark mainly when I go to Atlanta.
Is that guy still the one guy still their manager for the Nationals? The black guy with the glasses. I'm so
Dusty's out. Yeah, I think Dusty retired. Dusty Baker, I think.
Not Dusty Baker. But yeah, Dusty Baker is fantastic. I'm trying to think. There's another guy. He's a lot thinner. He's a thinner black guy, older, glasses. He's been a manager in baseball for a long time.
I can't think of who that would be. Maybe Ron Washington. I'm trying to think of.
Ron Washington, that's exactly who it is.
Is that who it was? Yeah, he won a World Series with Texas, I think, a while back.
Where's he at now? He's still doing it.
I think I saw him. He's somebody's third base coach, maybe, which probably their number one assistant somewhere, I think. Unless he retired, he was doing it a long time as well. I used to like Dusty Baker, too. I like Dusty Baker as a player. He was just kind of cool. And then I kind of liked him as a manager.
Crazy. Dusty with Barry Bonds in San Francisco, man.
Yeah.
Gosh. Those are some good days. Barry Bonds was the Tiger Woods of baseball.
Oh, yeah.
For a time, just that feeling of all eyes on, he's going to hit a home run or they're going to walk him. Don't pitch to him. It didn't matter who it was.
You remember watching, we all saw Bonds play so much, and he always struck me, his batting stance looked awkward, and he choked. Most power hitters, Bonds would choke up 2 or 3 inches a lot of times on the bat. You know, most power hitters never choke up. And he choked up a lot. You remember those days when you watch Bonds? He would choke up on his back.
He's a taller guy, so maybe longer arms and
plenty of reach. Yeah, plenty of reach. Plenty of reach. You know, the comeback.
You throw everything inside on that guy, though, man. Yeah. But I do wonder how he would do with the shift. How that would have affected his on-base percentage.
I don't know, man. He hit the ball in the air so much. You know, the shift most times, unless it's a head high line drive or below, he was a lift guy. He had that. Yeah, you know, he was a lift. The thing about Bonds,
hitting that ball in the water, gosh,
wasn't that great? Wasn't that great? Just McCovey's Cove, dropping it in McCovey's Cove. How cool would that be to be out there? You got a canoe, your dog's with you, and they start screaming, "Heads up! Heads up!" Patrick, heads up.
Amazing.
You know, the knock as we go to break here, 1 hour down, 1 to go here on Thursday. The knock, and there's no middle ground. There's the Barry Bonds. He was a great player. There was Barry Bonds. Oh, he was a steroid cheat. The comeback to the steroid cheat is the steroid does nothing for putting the bat on the ball. And that's the hard part.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? That's the hard part. I mean, right? You're trying to put a round bat on a round ball thrown by a grown-ass man, 96, 97, with run, with tail, with break, with change, right? I mean, the steroid might have sent the ball further, but, I mean, hit. And the other comeback for Bonds, the pro Bonds argument, Patrick, is of his 762 or whatever home runs he hit, hey, he didn't hit ones that just barely made it over the fence. He didn't hit fence scraper, right? So,
no, he didn't.
I mean, he hit him way out into McCovey's Cove.
Once he called him, just, bye, goodbye. The right fielder was just like, nope, I ain't getting that one.
No.
That's out of here.
Don't you love it when the outfielder, got his hands on his knees and the pitch is made and a guy just rips one and all he doesn't even move. The outfielder doesn't even move. The ball goes into the stands. The pitcher doesn't like that, though. You know, pitcher doesn't like that at all.
It is what it is. Don't throw home run balls.
Hey, don't throw a gopher ball. It is right. Let's take a break. 1 hour down, 1 to go. Thursday, fun Thursday edition. They're all fun coming to you from Sliders Oyster Bar here in Neptune Beach. Terry Norvelle, Patrick Young, and you when we come back.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Rick's Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Rick's Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Rick's Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jax in your app store, either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jax 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms, whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV. You can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms, from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jax 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation. Pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.
And the ball's in the air. Second half kickoff as we kick it off here from Sliders Oyster Bar on a Thursday. Tomorrow, we normally are at Bricks, Jax Beach. The show will be originating tomorrow from our studio. Patrick Young will host it. I'm taking a day off going to Atlanta for the weekend. So we want to thank our folks, Bricks, Jax Beach. They're our normal Friday on-location sponsor. Patrick, you'll be sure to tell everybody about how awesome Bricks is, but we will not actually be there tomorrow. And then starting Monday, it will be really college football game week, and we'll start telling you about our ticket giveaway. The good folks at Proctor Ace Hardware have informed Pat and I that they will allow us to give away 2 Florida home football tickets for all 7 games, including next week's Miami game. Keep your ears on. We'll give you details on that. Hey, Patrick Young, I talked about kind of the bad taste Florida football has in their mouth going into the season on a 5-game losing streak. You know, I think some people might have forgot FSU's got a 63-3 taste in their mouth. Remember the Georgia pasting?
Yeah, that was real bad.
Ooh.
I forgot about. Yeah, I was. That game was on the SEC network the other day, and I couldn't remember. I'm like, I'm seeing Florida State's record, and I see Georgia's record. I'm like, oh yeah, the bowl game.
Yeah, the bowl game.
Georgia ran it up.
And I would imagine that had to be Georgia Day on the network, because why would they play a 63-3 game as a classic? You know, that must have been, you know how they let the schools take over the network one day and they pick all their games. That must have been the Georgia Day, because who would watch that thing? You know, it was a perfect storm against FSU. They had all the injured players, and you forget a little bit, FSU got snubbed by the 14 playoff committee, right? Guess who else felt like they got snubbed? Georgia felt like they got snubbed. So that was kind of a perfect storm. Here's Georgia, and Kirby did a great job. He stirred his team up, you could tell. They showed up, and you could tell they talked about beating FSU as bad as they could. Right? Yeah, that was a
I bet they were mad about the 3 they gave up.
Yeah, probably. But that was a perfect storm against FSU. And remember, they were down their 3rd quarterback. Speaking of ugly games, I know I referenced the last Florida-Miami game in Orlando. I was at the game. I don't know if you watched it, Pat. I don't know if you were at it. It was an ugly football game. Florida got a win somehow. It was 2 ugly teams going at it. What was that, like in 2019, 2020, somewhere around there? Speaking of Florida State, last year, the way the season ended, that damn FSU Florida game last year in Gainesville, that was an ugly football game. Remember, both teams were down to their 3rd quarterbacks?
Oh, yeah. I know,
Max Brown was your Gator quarterback.
He wasn't terrible.
Wasn't terrible.
He had some moments out there that you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the biggest moment in that game, I thought, was another coaching blunder Florida was playing pretty well, had like a 12-3 lead or something like that, had moved the ball well. Florida had the ball like somewhere in the second quarter. They were on like about
decided to start doing some funky stuff on
yeah.
offense.
Thank you, Patrick. Thank you. Remember that? Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. And you were like, why would you change what's working?
He went double reverse throwback pass, and it was a disaster. It was like a 20-yard sack, and the game flipped right there. He's done that so many times. You remember that, Pat?
Because even if you get positive yardage on that, Terry, you know it's almost never a touchdown.
And
is that worth the risk? No, It's not. The risk of fumble of just man.
Well, Patrick, they were also moving the ball the whole game, the whole first quarter and a half. It wasn't like they were going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. And they were just looking for anything, right? They were moving the ball, and all of a sudden, I'll never forget. I'm in the press box. I'm sitting with several guys, covered Florida, and we just shook our head and go, "Why would you call that right there?" And I was talking to a friend of mine who sat behind me, and the minute that play happened, Florida got sacked for a big negative yardage. They were up like 12-3 and driving, and I turned to my buddy Seth, and I go, "Game's over." Napier just boneheadedly turned this game around with a terrible call, and he did. He's done that 2 or 3 times each season. He did it against Georgia. They were moving the ball against Georgia, and he did a double pass reverse thing, and you're like, why would you do that? And Patrick, what about the message that sends your team? Does that tell your team, maybe we're not good? I don't know. There's a place for a trick play. I get it, right? But sometimes, man, I don't know if it gives a good message to your team.
I'm trying to even think. I mean, I guess the threat of a team doing something is something that will always keep a defense on their toes and keep them honest. You just have to, really be wise about what type of risk you're willing to take.
Yeah.
I think that was a super, honestly, I wish we saw more teams do like a hook and ladder where you get a pass real quick to a guy and he pitches it to another receiver that's under him. Because those plays, those really catch a defense off guard. And that's a really risky play. You're going forward pass, and then you're trying to go a lateral. But those have proven to be really good plays when executed well, and they work.
I agree. Hey, I used the word message a moment ago. I'm sorry, Patrick. I should have asked you this earlier. I don't think we've talked on the air since you spoke to the freshman class, the incoming University of Florida freshman class. Was that last night or 2 nights ago? I can't remember.
That was yesterday.
That was yesterday. How did it go? You were in Gainesville and you talked to the entire incoming class. Is that what happened?
Yeah, 7,412 coming into this year, starting school off today. It was a long event. I was there. It wasn't my favorite event, but it was one of those that I'm grateful that I got to do it. My third time ever being on that stage, 2 times graduating, and then getting a chance to be the keynote speaker at the event.
Okay.
That was really cool. It was really, really cool. And I think my speech went well. I talked to the kids about I have a banner, part of a team that had raised the banner up there, and I said, "This is your banner moment.
Okay.
You're building a legacy." And I said, "I'm not pointing to that to brag, but I'm pointing to it to say you have your own platform to build your legacy. Don't." And then I talked about all the things that I said, that thing's a reminder to me of all that I had to go through in order to get that. That wasn't just something I'm great, I got it. I had to sacrifice and have standards and make good choices and get over my boneheadedness to be coachable, and that's going to look different for everyone. But the most important thing I think I said was for them to not compare themselves to anybody else.
Gotcha.
Go at your own pace, go at your own speed. And I said, for this, I believe this is true for everybody. You're going to regret going too fast 10 times more than you will ever regret going too slow.
Yes. Well said.
Yeah. Right.
Well said. To bring that to a smaller degree, Patrick, I've been in this business a long time, so I've talked to a lot of young people, had a lot of interns, had a lot of guys just show up and ask me questions and how do I get in the business? How to advance? How do you do a show? Blah, blah, blah. And kind of piggybacking off what you just said, when I talk to new broadcasters, younger broadcasters, I'll say, okay, listen, when you actually get your own show or get behind a mic or a guest or number two, whatever, I said, in terms of talking on the air, go slow. And when you think you're going slow, go slower. Because, the young guy is, man, I'm on the mic. I've been waiting. I've been studying this and my family's listening and watching. I'm going to tell everybody how much I know. And they go too fast, right? I say, go slow. And when you think you're going slow, go even slower early in your career. Does that make sense?
That makes great sense. That's fantastic, Terry.
Yeah. Just go a little bit slower. Patrick, we also need to talk because it's
you got some wisdom up there, old man.
Yeah, that's his white hair. Hey, we also need to do a little better job. Shame on me. And I know you're going to do some recording tomorrow and make it a little bit easier. But golf tournament pushing a month away, my man. Your Patrick Young Foundation golf tournament is closing in. Tell people about it, where they can go, stuff like that.
Yeah, we're right around the corner. PY4foundation.org. I need to put the link up on my social channels, but this will be the third year. We still need to have spots for sponsorships and foursomes, and not doing a gala or anything like that this year. So come out there, play some golf at Southampton, have a good time, and help raise money that's going to continue the mission of helping those who have been affected by life-changing injuries or circumstances to become whole again, go through the adversity that they're going to face and regain their independence.
And I can't recall, I should because I've been to both of the tournaments. Is it the format? Do you know? I don't know the format. Is it straight golf?
I think we're going to do best ball this year.
Best ball to make things move a little quicker? Is that how that works?
Yeah, well, the issue last year was, hey, to each his own for Queens Harbor. They had members playing while we had the tournament going, which is a big no-no.
That's right. That's right.
So that slowed it down for us.
That's right.
For a lot of people. So hopefully, I know Southampton's not going to do that. So pace of play is going to be excellent. And
that's right.
We're only doing 92 golfers, so we're not doing, 36 foursomes. So super slow.
Yeah, and we could easily sell them, but from a pace of play and make the tournament better, it is smart. I was talking to some guys a year or so ago, and it is smart to kind of cap it a little bit, even though you could sell it out. It's going to be unique, Patrick. I want to say, both of these, and I was at both of them. Both of the original first two PY4 Foundation golf tournaments were in the winter, and it was cold. This will be. You may catch some really good weather.
Right? Yes.
You may catch some really good weather out there. I hope we do. Don't you think? Late September.
I'm hoping it's going to be perfect.
Yeah, it should be.
Yeah, it was cold. It was cold that morning in December. It was really cold.
Yeah, it was cold out there. It was a beautiful day though. Last year, it was a beautiful day, but it was just cold. And then it was chilly at the yards. I think year one, wasn't it? It was chilly at the yards to start. I think.
Same. When you do the December, those December tee times are not ideal,
Yeah, definitely. But you're right. I think being on a Monday, which tournaments are supposed to be, because courses are generally closed on Mondays for their maintenance and stuff, and then not having the members play, just having our tournament should make it rip. I think, right?
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Is your sister Sarah going to win the long drive contest again?
She might. It depends on her. She had surgery on her hand a while back, so hopefully, if she's back, then she's probably going to win that.
Pat, did you see jumping back into college football and the Gators again? Coach Spurrier, and I've noticed that the head ball coach, since he's been in the media and totally retired and does a lot of media, he's pretty honest.
Oh yeah.
And I've worked with Coach and I've followed him, obviously. Coach Spurrier is not a guy that's going to do a show and get asked about the Florida football team. He's not a rah-rah, Gators are going to win every game and they're my game. He's pretty honest. And I remember working with Coach for a couple of years on shows. He's a smart guy and he knows college football. He's come out and he normally doesn't predict an exact record, But his on the record for the Gators, he thinks they're going to win between 8 and 10 games. The head ball coach thinks 8 to 10, and this came out a day or so ago. That's kind of his on the record, and that's how he does. He doesn't ever go 10-2, 9-3, right? He thinks they're in that. Now, here's how tough the conference is. He said he thinks they're going to finish somewhere in that 5th or 6th range, in the conference.
I know, right?
Ugh. But between 8 and 10, if that happens, Gator Nation's fired up, and Billy Napier's got him easily a couple more years, probably. Wouldn't you think?
Yeah.
If he
10 wins.
Yeah.
10 wins is playoffs, man.
10 wins is playoffs, and 10 wins would be. Do you know the big wins they would have to have if they had 10 wins? They would have knocked off 2 or 3 big teams.
And let's say those losses, if 10 wins, lost to Georgia, lost to Texas, that means win over LSU, win over Ole Miss, win over Florida State, win over Texas A&M. Who am I missing?
Tennessee.
There we go. Yeah.
Tennessee. Yeah. Wow. But I'll tell you, this is the beautiful thing about sports, and sports is the only true reality show out there. Patrick, you and I just got real excited. I saw your face. 10-2 Gators. Yeah, it could happen.
Yeah.
Hey, but I also could do the same thing and go, Patrick, they could go 3-9. They get off to a bad start. They go 3-9, man.
Man, doesn't it just make that depressing when if you just know? Because we don't really know. Yeah. We don't. But like if you really, because Graham Mertz, he's a really good. He's a winning level. Like we can win with Graham Mertz. He's not the kind of guy where you're just like, oh man, I just hope that he, he can run the play. I hope he can at least run some plays.
He was clearly. I mean, Graham Mertz on a 6-7 or whatever they finished, a sub 500 football team. I don't know who won the awards postseason internally. Graham Mertz was clearly their most valuable player. Graham Mertz did something from the quarterback position that is hard to do. Graham Mertz last year as the University of Florida quarterback, he individually had a really good year on a bad football team, and that's hard to do from the quarterback position. He had a really good year on a bad football team.
Terrible. They were not good. I was say terrible last year, but we were you had to squint. You had to squint to find the playmakers.
Diet Coke. Thank you so much.
Oh, there it is. There it is, guys, ladies and gentlemen.
Diet Coke.
The Diet Coke.
God, why did I do that? I walked right into that.
Why would you do that on air?
Just walked right into that. I've been trying to flag them down. They're getting busy here, man. Getting busy here.
Aspartame, man.
Getting busy.
Let me stop. I drink those the Coke Zero Cherry. Good God. It's even better. It's better than the regular. Because you know what, those Coke Zeros, they kind of taste sometimes those zeros that might taste a little watered down because they're trying to make it. But that Coke Zero Cherry, if it's in the house, I will drink 5.
You know what I've never done? I've probably had 1 or 2 sips. I have never in my life had an entire or even close, I don't even think I've ever bought an energy drink. I don't think I've ever bought any energy drink. Wow. I think I've sipped 1 or 2. Are you an energy drink guy? Thank you, my friend.
Like I used to drink Celsius. I used to drink Bang.
Do you feel it? Does it do what they say it does?
You feel it. You do feel it. It does sharpen you up. It does sharpen you up for sure. Because I don't have the taste for coffee, man. I just lost the taste for coffee, but I do need something that gives me some energy. So
you used to be a coffee guy?
There's some better options. Go ahead.
So you used to be a coffee guy every morning?
Yeah, I used to be coffee every morning.
Now, are you fancy coffee guy, or you just give me some black with a little sugar?
No, I would make my own. I would French press it, which is, it's really easy. It's not like it's, you got to heat up your water, pour it in there, push it down, and then once I poured it, I added this this creamer powder that was like an MCT oil. It's supposed to give you energy without because I would fast.
Yeah.
I would fast. I would go to the gym. I'd come back. I'd drink my coffee, and it would keep me satisfied until 12 or 1, and then I'd want to eat everything.
Yeah. You'd be ravenous. Yeah. Have you ever? We'll go to break here in a second, Pat. We got. I want to get some this Dayton sports history. We've got a baseball clip from the '60s. You're going to just you won't believe the baseball clip. It's a fight on the field in the '60s. Have you ever messed with fish oil? Fish oil. You hear people talk about fish oil capsules and taking fish oil. Well, what? I never. Does it do? What is it supposed to do? Your joints? What does it do? I don't know.
It's an omega. It's an omega. Like there's these omega 6s and omega 3. I can't remember exactly, but it does it's a healthy oil that helps with your joints and your hormones, and it's pretty easy to take. There's these little small tiny capsules that like gel capsules that have the oil in there.
Some people swear by them. I tried them one time for a week or two. I didn't think I was like I'm tired of them.
I think it's one of those things that you have to stick with it long term for it to really see the benefit. But like obviously if you quit after a week, it's not really gonna do much. Or that could just be a ploy. That could just be a ploy to get your money.
Yeah.
That's what they all say, right?
Exactly. Let's take a break, Pat. You're gonna love this clip. We've got this Dayton sports history, among other things. They call it maybe the ugliest incident in the history of Major League Baseball. And it happened on this date in the 60s. Involving one Hall of Famer. Interesting story. We'll get to that and a whole lot more. Having a fun Thursday edition on, where we're at, Sliders Oyster Bar, our Thursday location down here in Neptune Beach. Tomorrow, our show is sponsored, of course, by Bricks Jack's Beach. The show will be in studio, but we want to give a thanks to, of course, our Friday sponsor, Bricks Jack's Beach. Let's go take a break, come back with some sports history. Learn you folks up as we come back.
At Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, we know pain and injuries can stop you from doing what you love. This is why our board-certified orthopedic specialists offer the latest in both non-surgical and surgical treatment options and create a treatment plan tailored to your unique lifestyle and goals. So, whether it is a sports injury or that nagging pain that's keeping you from doing what you love, our team has the right treatment for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dynamic Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
The Action Sports Jax 24/7 network is streaming. I'm Stuart Weber, and I'm here to teach you a nice three-step process on how you can watch all your favorite programming from the Brent and Austin Show every weekday 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. or the Cup Date with me. It's fantastic. We talk NASCAR. It's a great time. Wednesdays at 1 o'clock. All right, first step, easy. Download the Action News Jax app. You probably already have it downloaded on your phone, so you might already have that one taken care of. Step 2, see that stack of pancakes up there? You click that stack of pancakes, and it's going to bring down step number 3, which is a full screen of all the different streams that you can click on, including the Action Sports Jax 24/7 stream. You click that, the video's rocking and rolling on your mobile device, you're watching all the shows you want to, and you're having a good time. You can also do it on your smart TV with the Action News Jax Now app. I do it on my Samsung TV at home. It's a great way to watch it on a nice, large screen for all the content. That's the Action Sports Jax 24/7 network. Hope you can find it.
You trust CGC to make your water great, and now you can trust CGC with your plumbing needs as well. Fast, convenient scheduling, licensed and insured. A quick call away at 904-552-1242.
You never know when you're going to have an issue with a shower, toilet, or maybe it's a sink that sometimes is easy to fix. All right, let's be honest. I'm not fixing anything. I'm totally staging this because when I have a plumbing problem, I call CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing.
Trained professionals, transparent pricing, customer satisfaction. Small problem or even a bigger issue. Maybe you need a new tankless water heater or something a bit more intricate. The experts with 25 years of experience at CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing can do it all. Call 904-552-1242 or visit cgcwater.com. That's 904-552-1242 or cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment and Plumbing, an authorized independent Connecticut dealer. Florida license number CFC 143-2579.
Back here on that show, you see the banner behind me, the Young and Norvelle Show. He is Patrick Young. I'm Terry Norvelle. That's why we call it the Young and Norvelle Show. Starting to land get the landing gear out as we wrap up a Thursday edition down here at Sliders Oyster Bar. Pat, you ready for some sports history? What are you doing? Is that a cigarette? Put that cigarette away. Is that a cigarette?
Yeah.
Better not be any. You ever been a smoker?
Straw.
Did you ever smoke? Please say no.
No.
I never understood the whole concept. Imagine inhaling smoke in your body voluntarily. Ugh.
Well, and your body just doesn't filter. Thank you. This doesn't filter it out, man.
Yeah.
Like your liver, like if you have a drink, your liver can recover. Obviously, too much of anything is going to be a bad thing, but you make irreversible damage in your lungs when you decide to smoke on a. Gosh,
never understood that.
If people smoked like 1 or 2 cigarettes a day, it probably wouldn't be that bad.
Yeah,
but people that get it, they're oh yeah, I'm a pack and a half a day.
And I think there's like 20 cigarettes in a pack too. Am I right? I think there's like 20 freaking cigarettes in a pack.
Yeah.
How do you go through that many heaters, man?
Have you ever been around a person that is addicted to nicotine?
Oh, it's terrible.
They're constant. They're constant. Need a smoke break.
Yeah.
Constant.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And the smell and I've never been a smoker. Never been a smoker. All right, Pat. Let's do some sports history here in the final 30 minutes of a Thursday edition of the Young and Norvelle Show. Here we go. This date, sports history, 1957. Probably not a great idea, but the guy hung in there for about 6 rounds. But back in 1957, the Olympic heavyweight champion was a guy named Pete Rademacher. Okay, and he wins the Olympic heavyweight boxing championship. And Patrick, this was in 1957. He then turned pro. This was obviously back when amateurs were in the Olympics, not pro. So after he won his gold medal, like most of them do,
right,
he turned pro. But there was a twist. His very first fight was set up to fight for the heavyweight championship of the world against Floyd Patterson, which probably wasn't a good idea, right? He lasted
his first fight.
Yes, he lasted 6 rounds, but I mean, the great Floyd Patterson obviously beat him up pretty good. I mean, you got to go get 10 or 15 fights under your belt before you, right? Not a good idea, was it, Patrick? Do you think?
If he'd have won, he would have been world champion.
He would have been the world champion. Yeah, I mean, it says he lasted 6 rounds, but
at 1-0, he would have been the world champion at 1-0. Terry.
Yes, how about that? Where do you go from there?
That's incredible.
Where would he go from there?
How did they choose? Did he win gold in the Olympics?
Yeah, he was the heavyweight gold medal winner. Turned pro after the Olympics, and I don't know if his people or somebody offered. They said, "Hey, let's take the whole heavyweight champion of the Olympics and give him a title shot." He fights Floyd Patterson, who was the champion in his first fight. He lasted 6 rounds, but yeah, not a good idea, man. Not a good. I got to get a little more season.
At least it wasn't one and done.
Yeah. All right, this date, this is pretty cool, Patrick. This date in sports history, 1959. You know, the old AFL. Obviously, there was an AFL, and they finally merged with the NFL, and a lot of those franchises are still active out there. You know, there's a lot, Denver, and I think the Jets and different teams were AFL teams. The AFL was good. Listen to this 6-team lineup they announced. This was the first 6 teams announced on this date in 1959. They were going to start the AFL. How about this lineup? Dallas, New York, Houston, Denver, LA, and Minneapolis. Those were the first 6 cities of the AFL. And Patrick, a spinoff on that, that means the NFL really wasn't in those cities yet. How about,
Right.
So the NFL wasn't huge yet, you know? That's a pretty good
What
start
year?
for the AFL. 1959.
Oh, wow.
How about that? And about 10 years
So a lot
later.
of franchises. Who's the oldest, the longest tenure franchise? You know, by chance?
Maybe the Packers were one of the first. Chicago, maybe.
Yeah, the Bears, Packers, Giants are all original teams. That's just off the top of my head. I'm not really sure who else they are, but those are the old heads.
That's a pretty good. And there's a reason the AFL they were so good at what they did, and they were competitive, and there's a reason they got merged into. But the NFL said, "Hell, we're buying you. Hey, man, we're bringing some of your." Yeah, I mean, the AFL was good. I mean, think about that: Dallas, New York, Houston, Denver, LA, and Minneapolis. That's your first 6.
That's
and
beautiful.
that also,
wow,
like I tells you, that tells you there probably wasn't a team in the NFL. Maybe New York had a team. I think New York had a team, but I mean, those other ones.
Yeah, the football Giants are one of the original teams.
Yeah, but I mean, Dallas turned into the Dallas Cowboys. You know, that was the Dallas Texans, I think, that turned into the Cowboys.
Wow.
Denver was an original AFL team. You know, that's pretty good start. And you know,
absolutely,
the
great start.
And then they started. There's a reason. Like within 10 years, they were merged into the NFL. And you know, the great Joe Namath guaranteed win. Well, the Jets were the AFL team, and the Colts were the big bad NFL team, and the Jets beat them in like the 3rd championship game. Beat them. All right, Patrick, get ready. I want you to drive safe. Patrick, but we got to show you this. Let me give you the backstory. This date, 1965, in Major League Baseball, and I've seen this a million times. It's crazy. They call this probably the ugliest incident on the field between Major League Baseball teams. So here's the backstory. The Dodgers and the Giants, a heated rivalry, right? To this day, the Dodgers and Giants in baseball, that is a heated rivalry. So, 1965, they're playing a game, and they're playing a series, and on the mound were 2 Hall of Famers. Sandy Koufax for the Dodgers, the great left-hander, and Juan Marichal, a great right-hander for the Giants. Both of them are Hall of Fame pitchers. Well, the series was awful chippy as it was being played. So back then the pitchers batted, okay? So there was some, chirping going on, and a little more backstory. The great Sandy Koufax was kind of known as a gentleman, and he didn't like to throw at batters. And in baseball, there are times you're supposed to hit a batter. It's just the unwritten rule, right? And if there's some retaliation, or if you feel like your teammate got screwed, right? Sandy Koufax never really liked to hit batters. So as this particular game's going on, it was very chippy anyway. Juan Marichal had thrown and hit a couple of the Dodger players and came close a couple other times. So Juan Marichal, the pitcher for the Giants who did that, when he came up to bat in the 3rd inning, the catcher for the Dodgers, Johnny Rosenborough, he knew that Sandy Koufax doesn't like to hit, but you probably needed to hit the pitcher for the Giants, Juan Marichal. He had already hit a couple guys for the Dodgers. You with me? So he comes up to bat, and the catcher for the Dodgers, knowing that his pitcher, Sandy Koufax, didn't like to hit batters, he said, wait a minute. We got to retaliate against this pitcher, Juan Marichal, who's up to bat. So he calls for an inside pitch, and he catches it, and he kind of drops the ball. And as he drops it to pick it up, he kind of scoots closer to Marichal, the batter. And he's going to throw it back to his pitcher, and he throws it right by his face. The catcher does, because he knew Sandy Koufax, but they wanted to give a message to Marichal. Marichal gets mad, and don't forget, he's got a bat in his hands. And Zach, and here we go, Patrick. I hope you can see this. Zach, play what happened. You've got the clip. Look at the bats being swung. Look at 27. That's where the guy just got tackled. He was the batter, Marichal, and he wasn't happy that the catcher threw the ball and nearly hit him in the head, throwing it back. Look at the bats. They call this the ugliest incident. There it is again. Look at the bats being swung. Holy cow. Pat, drive safe now. I don't want you not to drive safe. But one more time, Zach. Watch number 27. I don't know if you can slow it down or stop it once it gets going. But, oh, my goodness. Look, right there. The catcher's tackling the pitcher, who was the batter, and he's swinging. Patrick, what the world? 1965, baby. The ugliest incident on the field.
What came of that? Suspensions?
Yeah, a bunch of suspensions.
Arrests?
Well, you could have killed. Yeah, you could have made an argument for an arrest here. And there's another guy coming off the field, 26. He's got a bat. He was probably the guy on deck.
Another guy with a bat. Yeah, yeah.
He was, seriously, he was probably the on-deck batter because he runs out there and he's got his bat loaded for bear. Right.
Right. Had to be the on-deck batter.
You could have killed somebody right there. Look at the umpire. Good for the umpire. He takes down Marichal.
Only thing I can think of that's kind of similar to that is when Myles Garrett in the NFL took his helmet off and hit the Steelers quarterback. And
Oh, yeah. That was crazy. That was crazy. But, I mean, this is nuts right here.
Oh, yeah. This is like the Jets and the Sharks meeting in the alleyway, snapping their fingers, and then someone takes a baseball bat to the other guy.
Holy cow. They call it the ugliest incident ever between baseball teams on the field. Ooh, that was in 1965. All right, two more real quick ones. This one hurts my feelings a little bit because it involves my favorite baseball player ever. I only have one, and he was on the wrong side of this record, but this record was set by another baseball player I really like. This date, 1989, the great Nolan Ryan struck out batter number 5,000. He finished with over 5,000, but he struck out batter number 5,000, and that batter was my main man, Ricky Henderson. He got Ricky.
Oh.
Love me some Ricky Henderson, though, but Nolan got him on that particular at-bat. That was strikeout number 5,000. He went on to have about 5,100, I think, or more than that. God almighty.
That's the most all time, right?
Oh, yeah, he clearly has the most strikeouts in Major League history. And final one, this is just one of those wow scores from Major League Baseball back in 2007. Patrick Young, your final score, and I think this is a record still, from the 2007 Major League Baseball game between the Texas Rangers and the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles did score 3 runs. The problem is the Texas Rangers scored 30. 30-3 in 2007.
30-3.
Major League Baseball, not 1904. 30-7. God
sake.
In
2007?
Yes. 2007. Man. All right, let's take a quick break. We've got a few minutes left on this show. I got a little Major League Baseball I want to get out.
You should have looked up the stat. You should have looked up the stat chart, the stat sheet for the box score for that one.
Yeah, you're right.
I didn't know home runs. I didn't know hits. I need to know.
You're right.
What
was it all hits, or was it a bunch of walks, or was it man, 30-3. You got to believe. Hey, Patrick, you got to believe the Orioles lost that game. You got to believe they started sending position players to the mound at some point and said, hey, we're not wasting any more pitchers.
Of course.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap it up with a little Major League Baseball talk on the other side. We'll set up tomorrow's show and next week, including next week we will give away 2 Florida-Miami college football tickets, compliments of Proctor Ace Hardware. We'll tell you about it on the other side. It is a Thursday edition, the Young and Norvelle Show, our Thursday home, of course, Sliders, Oyster Bar.
For those dealing with pain from a sports injury, arthritis, or spine condition, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists offers innovative new non-surgical options. Our regenerative medicine treatments, including platelet-rich plasma and other regenerative treatments, use your body's own restorative cells to aid in treating injuries. These procedures are performed in our offices and typically require minimal downtime. If you want to get back to doing what you love, our regenerative treatment options may be right for you. For more information or to schedule an appointment online, visit our website.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
It's a new logo, new branding. With Bold City Heating and Air, it's an old school approach. One of the few locally owned and operated air conditioning businesses left in Jacksonville. It's hot, Florida in the summer. You can't do much to avoid it, but you can keep cool with Bold City Heating and Air. It's every customer counts kind of service, from when these trucks have pulled up to my home over the last couple of years and when they pull into your driveway as well. From communication to pricing to the actual service, everyone at Bold City Heating and Air cares about you. You know who is coming to your house. You know they will be well trained and they will respect your home. Air conditioning convenience at boldcityac.com. Stay cool while it gets hot. Bold City Heating and Air can help. Don't get caught sweating all summer. boldcityac.com, and they have financing to help. New systems starting at $110 a month and $50 off any repairs. Stay safe, stay comfortable with Bold City Heating and Air at boldcityac.com. Homegrown in your hometown.
Hey, about 8.5 minutes left here on a Thursday. I've got kind of short timer's disease right now. I've got 8 minutes before I'm taking just a little weekend vacation, taking tomorrow off. Patrick will be the host tomorrow. He's got a good show lined up. It'll be a Bricks Jack's Beach Friday, and Pat's got a lot of good guests lined up. And Patrick, I'm kind of excited. I'm 8 minutes away from my final show until Monday. The next time I'm on the air, we will have a completed Florida State Georgia Tech game to be talking about. We'll be reviewing that bad boy Monday next time I talk on air.
Yeah.
Look forward to it.
That and 3 other games, right?
And there's other games. Nothing that really, there's nothing of note.
Nothing.
Georgia Tech, Florida State's the game. And then Monday, right, my next time back on this show, we'll be reviewing Florida State, Georgia Tech, and it'll be game week. It'll be college football game week, including Miami and Florida game week, baby. They get it on the 31st, and that's a full Saturday now, the 31st. That's go time. There's actually some games on Thursday and Friday.
And you and I are going to be looking good in Gainesville. We're going to be looking good out there.
I can't wait, man. I heading up to Atlanta. I did mess up, though, Patrick. I've got this right here, copy of your book. And I haven't seen you in a couple of days, and shame on me. I've been thinking about doing this for like 2-3 weeks. My buddy that's going to open up his home to me, his wonderful family, massive Gator fan living in Atlanta. I'm going to give him a copy of the book, but I wanted you to sign it for him. But I'm such a bad planner, Patrick. So anyway, he'll appreciate your book, though. He will really appreciate it.
Well, Terry, what time are you flying tomorrow?
Oh man, 11 something in the air. Yeah, I'm on the road early. Yeah, we'll figure something out, but it's on me.
I live I live 10 minutes from the airport, so
really?
If you want to stop by,
I might do that.
It won't be out of your way.
That's right. I'm heading right up that way, and heading to the airport.
You're heading right up, man.
Yeah, I may do that because
that's up to you. I will happily sign that book for you.
Yeah, because I want to thank my friends for opening up their home. Hey, we talked about the Braves. They lost a game, so they've split their 3-game series. The rubber game is tonight, I guess. The Braves really need to win a bunch against the Phillies. Hey, good news for the Dodgers. As good as they are, Yamamoto looks like he's going to be back for the playoffs. They're going to get a guy that was 6-2 in 14 starts with a 2.92. Just what they need, more pitching. Right, the Dodgers. Just what they need. Other things here.
And honestly, his ERA, if you take out his first outing, out his first outing, which I think was his first outing was awful. It was ERA terrible. Probably now that he's gotten used and comfortable, his ERA is probably much less than that.
Yeah, it's 2.92. But Pat, you make a spectacular point. Remember the first game, and people went, "What?" He gave up like 8 earned runs or whatever, man. And but he found it quick.
8 or 9 earned runs. It was bad.
He found it really quick. Hey, I was tracking this morning Wyatt Langford. He pretty much started right in the bigs, man. After a tiny time in the minors, Wyatt Langford is quietly pretty good. This is rookie year now. It's hard to jump in the bigs. He's now hitting 243. That's not a great average, but it's not terrible. 243. He's got 7 home runs, 50 RBI, and 12 stolen bases. So Wyatt Langford is he's representing pretty well. He's just going to get nothing but better, right? He's going to get nothing but better, I think. A lot of fun to watch. Great athlete.
Right, absolutely.
And those 12 stolen
bases. He's young, so just pray that he stays healthy, man, along the way.
Yeah, those 12 stolen bases are impressive too. He's a damn good athlete. Just a damn good athlete. He this is terrible to say. He's got that build. To me, and I've seen Mike Trout in person once. I was at an Angels game in person, and I saw Trout really close to his dugout coming in and out. Wyatt Langford's got that Mike Trout build. And Trout's got those thick legs, runs well, and he's one of those. He's thick and strong, but he still runs, and that's a scary combination.
Yeah,
scary.
And Mike Trout can jump.
Yeah, really can. As we get out of here, 4 minutes to go.
How do you feel? Do you feel bad for Mike Trout? I feel bad for Mike Trout. He's probably the kind of guy he is that wanted to stay where he got drafted.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's made the playoffs a couple of times, but
not many, man.
They never had anything around him that was gonna.
Yeah, not many. But he's been there
to waste that talent, man. I'm surprised nobody else tried to get him.
And they may have. The Angels may have just been asking so much, or when he became a free agent, the Angels may have just thrown the bank at him, and he couldn't say no.
Right.
Real quick before we get out of here, speaking of tracking players, Jack Caglione, we like to track Jack Caglione, the home run hitter from Florida, and Charlie Condon, the home run hitter from Georgia. Caglione now, through 13 games, he's picked it up. Remember, he was only hitting like 167. Caglione now through 13 games is he's hitting 196, so he's improved by about 30 points. He's got 1 double, 2 home runs, 7 RBI, and he's struck out 12 times in 54 at-bats. That's a knock on power guys. Charlie Condon, the Georgia home run hitter, he was hitting pretty well. He's taken a bit of a slump. He's only hitting 208 right now. He's got 2 doubles, 1 triple, a home run, 6 RBI, but Condon has struck out 18 times, so he's still having a little trouble with the strikeout. But these guys, they're going to fast track. They'll be hitting home runs in the big leagues in about a year and a half, I think, both of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they are
without
big
a doubt.
time. Pat,
without a doubt.
Pat, 2 minutes, 20 seconds left. Set up tomorrow's show. You're going to host it. You've got some pretty neat guests to talk with.
Yeah, I got some good guests to talk with. We're going to dive into Florida, talk about the rivalry, Florida State. Denver Parler is going to be on, get the mind and his perspective of how things have changed. Now his third coach that he's worked for, being Todd Golden, and transitioning into new coaching staffs, how that's been for him. But I'll find some other stuff around
Jaguar pregame.
And I'm going to add a twist to it, man. I'm going to add my own twist to it. And it's going to be young.
Nice.
And people are going to like it more.
I like
Eric,
it.
It's going to happen.
Hey, we can change this bad boy up anytime, man.
And I'm going to be like, nah, I'm retired.
We can grow. No. It sounds like a lot of fun. I'm sure you're going to have a lot of fun. And obviously, you'll be on the air a couple hours before the Jaguars kick off their final preseason game is tomorrow night.
You're right.
Yeah. Isn't it weird?
You're
The
right.
NFL,
Absolutely.
they will wrap up their preseason games, and then the NFL they'll still work on the field a little bit, but they'll take basically 16 days off. It's weird how the NFL will shut it down and kind of lose momentum before they play after Labor Day. They don't start.
I like a week off. I like a week off between. I can kind of see they want to make their last bit of adjustment, but 2 weeks. That's a bit much. Yeah,
basically,
that's like the NBA.
Yeah,
with how much time they take in between playoff games at times.
Yeah, basically 2 weeks. The NFL has always maintained they want to start their season after Labor Day. They've always maintained they want summer to be officially over, kids back in school, vacations over, and how do you argue with them? They are the NFL. Pat, that'll wrap it up. Look forward to you hosting the show. Have a good time. We'll reconvene on Monday with a lot of football as the season in earnest, college-wise anyway, in earnest will start a week from Saturday. But remember, the Noles and the Yellow Jackets this Saturday at high noon. Can't wait to watch it, and I can't wait to get back to the show on Monday and talk about it. Thanks, Pat. Thanks, Zach. We'll get out of here. Have a great Thursday, everybody.
Finally, a family atmosphere, kid-friendly restaurant with a real sports bar feel. Bricks Jack's Beach features all of that and a large, climate-controlled covered patio with misting fans and heaters for all seasons. Mix in an extremely diverse menu that features the most quality and affordable steak at the beach, and there's no reason not to enjoy your next lunch, dinner, happy hour, or big sporting event at Bricks Jack's Beach, 300 2nd Street North in Jacksonville Beach. See you at Bricks Jack's Beach.
For over 20 years, Southeast Orthopedic Specialists has been providing the highest level of orthopedic and spine care to patients throughout Northeast Florida. Now, we're making that same great care even more convenient with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists Direct, a walk-in clinic where you can be seen for pain or injuries with no appointment needed. Staffed by orthopedic physicians and specialists, we offer everything from diagnosis and treatment to imaging and bracing, all with no appointment needed. For more information, hours, and locations, visit our website.
You really got to hand it to him. Hold on.
The previous play is under further review.
I'm not sure what he could review, but okay. Sure has been a while. Dine in at Hurricane Grill and Wings for the football season. Well, there he is. Oh, what is that?
Hey everyone, Olivia Tasley here from Action Sports Jacks to tell you all the different ways you can watch our new 24/7 network. 3 easy steps. You don't even need a pen and paper to write it down. Step number 1, download the app. Search Action News Jacks in your app store either on your phone or your smart TV. Then, once you're on the app, click on that little drop-down menu in the upper left-hand corner with the 3 little lines. That'll show you these options, and boom, right here, click Action Sports Jacks 24/7, and you will be brought to our continuous stream channel. That app can be accessed through all these different platforms. Whether you have Roku, Fire TV, Smart TV, Apple TV, or Google TV, you can find our app. Now, if you don't have access to the app, don't worry, we still got you covered. We're across all social media platforms from Facebook, Instagram, X, YouTube, Twitch. We have a podcast channel. Plus, check out our short reels on our TikTok. Action Sports Jacks 24/7. It's on all the time and everywhere.
Summertime means sizzling sales at Nimnick Buick GMC. The #1 Buick GMC dealer in Jacksonville has lots of inventory to choose from with their best price guarantee. Nimnick never charges above MSRP. You can save up to $10,000 off select new GMC Sierras or get rates as low as 1.9%.
You know, I'm a truck guy. GMC Sierra, my trim level is an SLT. This one's an Elevation, pretty good looking color as well. So here at Nimnick Buick GMC, you have a lot to pick from. My father-in-law, he drives this, an Enclave, so I feel like that GMC in the family. 2025 is coming around the corner, which means it's almost time to close out those 2024s this summer.
You can schedule a test drive at NimnickBuickGMC.com, and while you're there, check your trade value and customize your payment options. Nimnick is there for you, even on Sundays. Visit the showroom on Phillips Highway or shop online at NimnickBuickGMC.com. Nimnick, your friends in the car business since 1941. GMC, we are professional grade.